What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video, good to have you back on the channel. In today's video we're going to be playing a Skewed World, which is a classic map on this channel, and it's the map where the camera is always facing away from the road, so guessing the country can be exceedingly difficult, especially when you don't have bollards and road signs and that kind of thing. It's a really pure and fun way to play the game. Before we get into that, obviously the World Cup qualifiers happened overnight, and in case you didn't know, it was Consus, Alok, Poly, and Chicago Joe for making it through a really stacked top four, and honestly, some of the people I was hoping to go through did go through there, so that's really cool. Sad not to see my two teammates, Lenley and Trick, to make it, but there could only be four. So you can watch the full VOD over on Rainbow's channel. Highly recommend it. Some of those games were really fun. Yeah, let's get straight into Skewed World here today and see if we can pull that world record, which since Stique was removed from the Plonket leaderboards is now back down to 21, so much more achievable once again. And looks like we're gonna start off with a US-Canada toss-up here. Yeah, I think with this kind of winter coverage as well, this poll feels a bit more American to me, so pretty happy to just send it somewhere north, but could be Canada still, and it was indeed right there. So also, with the new NMPZ leaderboards open now, we should definitely be going for a high score here, just try and get on that leaderboard would be really nice. Okay, when I see a massive amount of bamboo like this, it feels like the southern half of Japan, somewhere below this line, I would say. So it could certainly be like kind of the Chiba. You get a lot of like bamboo around there. Could also just see anywhere like Shikoku or yeah, any of this kind of region here in my opinion. I'm just trying to think what I like best. You know, it's probably more likely to be down here, but if it is over here, I get a really good score, so I'm just gonna try it. And it was, yeah, all the way down south in Kyushu there, that makes sense, but we got the country and that's what matters here. Next one here, we have some really tall palms. We also have like a South American fence here made of like wooden posts, so that's kind of rare to see outside of South America and Latin America. And then because of that, I think Brazil is best here. You do see such palms in Brazil quite often. Now the sun appears to be maybe more, it almost looks like it's a bit south here. But it doesn't really look like Mexico to me, so I still think I prefer Brazil. Elsewhere in South America, what's possible? I don't really feel like anything else is as likely as Brazil and South America. I guess it's like kind of Mexico or Brazil here as the most likely countries, and I will try Brazil. And it was Mexico. Okay, the sun was south there. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. We're only on two. The next one here is just Peruvian pole, as far as I could tell, and it was. That's good. Next one here looks like Jordan, divided highway, probably somewhere leading out of Oman or something like that. Okay, nice. That was nice, quick rounds. This one's the classic impossible round. Well possible in fact, but you know, it's just that kind of European roulette where there are 50 countries in Europe and you just really are not quite sure which it's going to be when you're looking at some fences in a small building. But okay, we do have like maybe some, it's not olive trees, but they do feel a bit more south. It kind of looked like Serbia to me. Could certainly see Serbia working nicely here. I'm just going to go for it. Croatia, Serbia seemed like most likely, and it was actually Romania, so definitely had a Balkan vibe, but beyond that was always going to be difficult. This looks like a Mexican poll here, I would say. I think everything fits for Mexico too. I just wanted to confirm that it is actually octagonal, and it does seem to be, so... sun also seems a little more south, so I'm happy to say this is Mexico. Wasn't 100% sure there, but it's worth just going quickly at the start anyway. This one should be Southeast Asia. Very Southeast Asian looking house here. Having said that, we don't really have access to writing here. And it's difficult to tell beyond that. I mean, my first thought was Indonesia here. But I could see Cambodia working. I can see Philippines working quite nicely as well. I think I will ultimately opt for either Indo or Philippines here. And I'm just trying to work out what's better. We have some writing here. It's really hard to tell. What it actually says, which is unfortunate. Could that person be wearing a headscarf? If so, that would make Indonesia more likely, right? I don't know. I think I will go for Indo here. Not really too sure though. It was Sula. I thought it kind of looked like a Sulawesi roof, so happy with that guess. Next one here, we got a Jordanian taxi. This kind of feels like Jerash. I swear, this map has so much Jerash, so if it is there, I'm going to be... Okay, it was actually south. Never mind. But a lot of Jordan on this map regardless, I think. Okay, probably Canada. The pole top is really weird, so I wouldn't even be surprised if it was Europe, but it looks like we have a really wide road, and this kind of guy wire here is also quite American looking as opposed to other countries, so yeah, I would say Canada here. What province do you go? I'm not really sure. The fact that it's Generation 4 is a bit weird as well. I'm going to go Sask, but I have no idea where. It was actually Manitoba there. Pretty good guess considering what it was. And we get 20k, which is not too bad there. Next one here immediately screamed Kenya to me. The wall around the building is very African. Then the red soil probably makes South Africa less likely as well. So yeah, I'm going to go for it. It still seems pretty good to me, although I guess it could be wrong. Let's go Kisumu here. Oh, yeah, it was South Africa. Okay. Yeah, just very red soil there. I always thought it was possible with the wall around the building, but yeah. Okay, next one here looks like Australia. Well, it's kind of a weird mix of trees. I believe this is eucalyptus right here, so should just be somewhere in Queensland, I guess. Not really sure. Let's go Rockhampton here. Oof, that was Brazil. Yeah, just quite a few eucalyptus there. So not really my best video so far, but it's okay. We can bounce back. Sometimes you just get a few bad ones out of your system, and then you just go God mode. So this guardrail here looks quite Peruvian. I think it's fair enough to just send Peru here. Well, southern Peru there. Next one here, Ecuadorian fence or Colombian fence kind of thing going on here. We have a thatched roof there. Not really sure what that would mean, but I think this is Colombia. And it was north there. Okay, that makes sense. I think more thatched roofs are in the north. This is Colombia again, I would say. This one much more simple with that kind of like really rocky black dirt road. This also has a similar vibe, but it's probably actually Europe. I mean, it could be elsewhere, but I think it's going to be Europe with these kind of pine-looking trees. When you see this, you tend to think of Poland as one of the best options. But it could be Baltic, and it could be further south in Europe as well. I think ultimately, do the trees look Polish? I would say the trees look Polish enough to make it the best send here. And it was Latvia. Yeah, always possible. Okay, next one here. Germany might be an option now. I'm not really sure if this map includes Germany. I would assume it does. But that's immediately what came to mind here. If not Czechia or Austria with this Germanic architecture. I will say it is Germany, though. I think so. And it was, right on the border there. Yeah, it was Germany. Also had a bit of a Czech vibe, so it does make sense. This is very flat. The sun is to the south. That makes sense. And these trees are almost feeling a bit tropical in a way. So, yes, it looks like Europe, but it's so flat. And I just don't really know where in Europe is like this warm and flat. So, I almost got the feeling that this is USA, or maybe even like a really flat Guatemala, or a really flat Argentina, or something like that. With sun south, though, I guess the Argentina call doesn't really work so well. But yeah, I'm thinking like, I thought Guatemala is decent, but I think maybe US is actually better. The road's really good quality. Having said that, the white line all the way to the edge is really interesting here, so not really sure what I make of it overall. We're only on one. So I will go Alabama here. I don't really know what this is going to be though. Delaware. That makes a lot of sense to me, honestly. With the corn, they have a lot of that there. Okay, next one here. Just Ghana, I would say. Kind of thick road lines, tropical, European style signs. Yeah, feeling pretty good about this guess. Let's go around here somewhere. And it was there. Nice. Next one here. Will look like Argentina. Got a Russian bollard though. We can send this one in pretty quickly, I think. Volgograd area maybe. A bit further north there. Okay, good seed. A couple of hard ones, but we're on 4 again. Next one, this should be Malta. Like, we have like lots of molten rock walls here, so yeah, I was thinking maybe Gozo here. Let's give it a go. No, not quite. Next one here, USA. Sun's south, so yeah, I think USA is best here. Could have been Argentina or something. It's not Mexico and it's not Canada, but Europe is still possible now that I've looked at it a bit further, I think. So I could see like Romania as well working here quite nicely. Some other countries, Balkan as well, could certainly fit. Maybe Russia. Russia's not a bad idea, I think. So definitely a difficult one. The longer I look at the trees, the more they feel European rather than American to me. And I guess it's kind of between Romania and Russia at this point for my money. And sometimes Russia's just better to send because it's the bigger country, but yeah, I'm not really too sure here. I'll go for Russia. But I'll be a bit disappointed if it is Romania somehow. And it was actually in Ukraine there. For some reason, the country between I didn't really consider so well. But there you go. It was Ukraine. Next one here is actually Russia, I think. No. Actually, not Russia at all, but I would say Malaysia, because of the round concrete poles and the reddish dirt. Not really sure what made me say Russia there, maybe the white lines, but we got the right state there, that's good. Next one here, American looking poles everywhere, I would say. This letterbox does not, I would say, feel Canadian either. I'm trying to pick where I think this is, maybe like Connecticut or something. Ooh, was Canadian, interesting. Hard one there. Next one here. Could it be Germany? Yeah, I think this might be a German, just traffic sign. I wouldn't be surprised. Oof, that's bad. I don't know. Some of these guesses were a bit dodgy so far, I have to say. Haven't played this map in a while. Maybe Colombia here. Kind of looks like a bit of a Colombian road. Okay, Bhutan. Interesting. Okay, let's bounce back here. So this one can only be Nigeria or Senegal. That's a Senegalese pole top. I was actually considering Nigeria here, so it's good that we find that. Okay. Next one here, this is a Sabah pole top. If it has like a Roman numerals kind of thing here with the V and the I, always send Sabah state. And I would say maybe it's just in the Central Valley here. And it was nice. Next one here should be Argentina with these kind of little spongy looking plants. Yeah, it should be. And I think they're kind of bigger and they look more Mendoza than anything to me, I think. Okay, just the next one down. Yeah, New Ken maybe. I think we actually had some New Ken looking trees in the background. Next one here, really felt like Kyrgyzstan. Is anything else possible? It could be Argentina as well. So where's the sun? Sun's more to the south. But is it? I don't know, my sun reading has been a bit dodgy so far. It does indeed look more south, right? If we follow where the sun is. What about this infrastructure? Would I see that in Kyrgyzstan? And this pole top as well. Everything was a bit Argentinian, which is dodgy. But I feel like if I go Argentina and it's Kyrgyzstan, I look silly. Though this pole strikes me as more round than anything. So I'm gonna go Arch here, just straight up. And ooh, was okay. Mexico, also hard to get there. I think that's yeah, that's hard to get, I think. Okay, it's 13,000 there. Again, pretty dodgy here, guys. Give the video a like, by the way, if you're enjoying watching me fail a little bit. But okay, this one, rice fields here going on. It should be Cambodia or Thailand, or maybe even Philippines. But I felt like the row of trees here felt quite Thai Cambodian. And of the two, I think I narrowly prefer Thailand for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Yeah, I couldn't really describe why, just somewhat vibes there. This pole almost feels Hungarian. That's a Czechoslovak pole in the field here, though. The red and the kind of orange and black one. So, I mean, landscape looks more Czech here, right? I think we have to send it, even though it could be Slovakia. And it was Slovakia right in the flattest bit of the country there. To be honest, maybe I should have gone for it. Like, Czechia is normally a bit more rolling, whereas Slovakia gets that dead flatness in that area. But yeah, this one's at least Germany. It could realistically be Denmark, though, with this architecture. But I think it's Germany, actually. Oh yeah, really good guess there. Yeah, that's definitely that kind of mixed architecture that you'd get up there, so that's not a surprise whatsoever. Next one here, Brazilian poles everywhere, so let's just go Tocantins here. Oh, nice guess again, 2 nice guesses in a row. This one will be Brazil as well, this time a bit further south, maybe Parana, I think I would go for here. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. I was really sure that was Brazil. But they were just Thai poles. Yeah, wow. Did not even look. And this looked like a Brazilian house with the wooden at the top, like the kind of German style houses they have there. So I just did not. I was just sure. So I guess didn't get that much sleep last night. That's gonna be my cope here, guys. That's a pretty rough one. Okay, like, what is this pole going on over here? Maybe like, it kind of looks like Hungary because it's winterish coverage. I do wonder about US as well here. But no, the trees are European. We do have some birches as well. I considered Bulgaria, but I think it's too flat, probably. Okay, just Russia. Very, like, winterish looking stuff there. This should be Brazil, although I'm checking this time. But yeah, these are, yeah, good. These are Brazilian. Next one here, we have some Indonesian flag and language. That's easy enough. This one, I think the same, probably Indonesia. These little houses, they're kind of quaint. Makes me feel a bit Sumatran, maybe, I think. Yeah. Next one here, just going to be Nigeria, I think, with the kind of barbed wire housed, fenced houses. Got Abuja maybe. Okay. Enugu, nice, my friend is from there. Next one here, Germany or Austria, 50-50. One of the first ones we've had in a while, or ever, so to speak. I think Germany here is more likely, but could certainly see. I mean, it feels a bit warm, doesn't it? So we'll see. Okay, it was actually in Austria. Yeah, I don't know. Very 50-50 there. I don't really know how to win that one yet. Czechoslovak bollards, it looks like Ukraine though, so I would say somewhere over here. Okay. It is the other side of the country, but still good. Round pole here. Is this like one of these lakes in here in Peru? The pole looks Peruvian, that's why I say that. It is Peruvian indeed. I wonder if I'm cooking here. Maybe it's one of these ones in here. Let's see if I'm right about that. Okay, it was instead this one. I guess there are quite a lot of lakes. You get that between mountains, but still good. Yellow outer line here. I think it's actually, the road is so pale that it makes me want to say this is like a temporary line in like Greece or Turkey. And it looks more Greek, I want to say, but could easily be Turkey, I think. Well, that's a Greek fence, if you ask me. Yeah, nice. In Crete. This is, interesting pole here. Is that a Chilean one or something like that here? I'm not too sure about that. It's square, and it has dots coming down, but not all the way to the ground. It could certainly be Brazil. Well, I just don't really know. I just don't really recognize where that would be in Brazil. These are also not, I would say, Brazilian satellite dishes. I think they normally use like see-through ones. So, nor are these particularly Brazilian post boxes. But that still begs the question: where is it? I guess with the square pole, that's what made me think Chile as the second thought. You know. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to. Like the thing is, Chile is also a little bit scary because it's hard to pick where exactly this would be. What are the countries? I mean, I don't think it's Europe. Didn't get that vibe based on the houses, right? I don't think it's Nigeria either. The houses are not right for there. So I think we process of elimination makes us in Chile here, I think. And why don't we go someone like here? Okay, well, South Africa. Wow. What made me not think South Africa there? I mean, it's the pole. So I'd really like to get another view of this pole. This is definitely a weird pole for South Africa, I would say. And here it is. It's a Chilean-style pole. Oh, man, it's Chilean-style poles, Chile and South Africa. Those ones are, like, you can only find them really downtown, in, like, the bigger cities. So I feel like that's a bit of an unlucky one there, but, you know, that's the way it goes. Okay, let's go for a high score here. We start off with a really favorable round. Feels like northern Tunisia to me, I think. I'm just trying to see if we see the place name. We probably do there. I'm not going to take the time to decipher it, but I do, as I said, I do think I prefer a north town here. Maybe Hammamet or Susa or something like that here. We'll go Hammamet. It was Hammamet. Nice. Okay, next one here. Thai. And it looks like we're in the northern mountains here, so I think we should just be able to send it and get a decent score here. Let's go in Lampang. And, southern mountains instead there. Didn't expect that, to be honest, but that's okay. Next one here. Rest in peace, high score, by the way. So the roofs here kind of feel a bit Bulgarian, it must be said. Although, do the actual houses themselves feel Bulgarian? Maybe not. It's interesting that. We have a Spanish car here. I mean, the house number here feels quite good for Bulgaria, I could say that. Everything just feels a bit kind of warm. I wondered also about Croatia. Croatia's not out of the question. This house doesn't feel very Croatian, though. It's the other ones that do. So, I feel like this could be just, like, far northwest in Bulgaria. That's why the buildings feel a bit different in a way. It could still be Romania, Croatia. I think they're the other two options here. I think everything else should be impossible, especially because this is Generation 4 coverage. But okay, I'm going to go for it. The roofs look good enough. And yeah, it was in that region. Makes sense. Okay, next one here. This is Generation 3, so I think it should be Serbia. And a bit further south. Like, very similar houses to last time, so maybe, like, getting close to that Bulgarian border. So we can go Nish here, that'll be fine. And it was a bit further north, that's okay. Next one here. And these are Peruvian guardrails, which you almost never see anywhere else. And this kind of landscape it should be south or central, I think. What do you prefer here? I think I'll go central. Let's test that out. It was actually north. Okay, so 20k there. Definitely a couple of good guesses. The 3 good guesses, but 2 not so good ones. So this one should be Japan, but of course, when you see this, you always have to consider Switzerland as well with this low cam. Honestly, this is about as difficult as they come, because for some reason these trees do not feel particularly Asian. Honestly, they don't. But the blur kind of feels more like Japan to me. Well, I think I have to go Switzerland here, honestly. The road is very pale, and the trees are very warm, but, you know, in a strange way, European, I think. So I'm not going to be too disappointed if I'm wrong here. We're literally just staring at trees, but it is correct. Excellent. Okay, next one here. Probably United Arab Emirates, but no. I think the infrastructure here is a little bit too poor, especially looking at this sign. So I would say then Jordan instead. And we got the divided highway going kind of... The problem is it's kind of going east-west in here or something like that. So not really sure what the meaning of that is. There aren't too many angles where I can see that working. Maybe we are passing through on this kind of direction here on the 47, becoming the 15. I don't know. Look, UAE is not impossible, and Israel's not either, but I think I have to go Jordan here. And okay, we got the 5k. Very nice indeed. Next one here. Long dashes on the outside of the road, and I think France here. We have ferns, and ferns are found in particular places in France, but overall that does tend to feel good here, I would say. So this kind of region here has quite a few ferns. I think like near Dijon also could work here. Don't really get a particular vibe. Maybe the trees do feel a bit further north, so could switch up here. Let's go like this, I think. Okay, we switched out the 5k. That's kind of annoying, because we're on a good score here. Next one. It's interesting that we have a white outer line here, because I was thinking South Africa initially. That's like big mountains southwestish. It could be the Andes Mountains. We could be in... Well, I thought we could be in Argentina, and I also think of Kenya here, interestingly. So what would we use to distinguish here? I mean, the building, it probably feels more Argentinian, right? Although we don't really get a good view of it, to be fair. The pole is very interesting. I think it's like wooden, and it kind of looks more Kenyan to me. Also, the fact that, I mean, the mountains are westerns, that at least feels good, but I think it's more Kenya, actually. Which is really interesting, because there is a lot about it that feels Argentinian. I think also the fact that we have corn growing here in such a dry landscape, something about it feels more Kenya to me, I think. Road quality probably fits for either country here. I don't really see too much useful there. But I do have at least a region in mind for Kenya. And I don't really have one. Well, I guess I would say it's like around here in Kenya. And if we were thinking of Argentina, then maybe around Mendoza, or maybe like San Miguel or something like that. Catamarca, probably Catamarca or something. But I think Kenya is better here. Oh, it's Mexico. That makes sense with the pole. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't really see that. Okay, let's go for one more streak here. This is going to be Bangladesh. Oh man, we had... that last one was gettable. It was difficult though, I think. And it was Dakar there. Man, we had 4 guesses. I mean, this one almost was on point, and if we had done that, we would have had 4 perfect guesses, and then just one when we get nothing. Oh, this is cool. Very cool round. It would appear to be Asia, right? It's Generation 2. Okay, options here. I could see this being a Generation 2 Brazil. That's not out of the question, actually. This fence almost feels a bit South American. I don't think it's Mexico, though. I could see this being Hong Kong and Taiwan. And I guess Japan's not impossible as well. But this van feels a bit Asian to me. And I think the apartment buildings definitely kind of feel Hong Kongolese. So it does make sense as a guess, I believe. Though, yeah, I don't really see anything to distinguish absolutely here. So I would not be surprised to be wrong about it. I'm also looking for like air conditioning units on the apartments because I feel like Hong Kong you'd want them, and I don't really see any, so I guess that's kind of concerning. I don't really know. Maybe they're just like kind of tucked away behind on the other side or something. I don't really know. But let's try Hong Kong here. I think the apartment buildings fit, and it was Taiwan instead. Yeah, always the other option. Yeah, interesting one. But I guess maybe it's far enough north. No, you would still need air conditioning there, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Just missed it, I think. But guys, that is it for the video. So thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. Obviously, I think the best streak here was only like 7, so not my most successful episode, but with the introduction of Germany, that's already making Europe a lot harder, so I think 21 is going to be still a heck of a score to beat. Guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.